I want to myth bust the three most common generalized statements that are made about projectors that I hear on a daily basis that are incorrect or at very least completely misunderstood. These three statements that I hear on a daily basis are: projectors are not here to work, projectors are here to do nothing and wait for the invitation, and projectors have no energy and therefore cannot exercise. Now, first of all, before we dive into this, who am I? My name is Rebecca. I'm an IHDS certified human design analyst and Living Your Design guide. I've primarily focused on working with projectors now for the past 4 years. I've spoken to over 1,000 projectors one-on-one and taken 300 students through official IHDS certified trainings. So I know a thing or two about projectors, and I really want to break down these three myths because they are not serving us as projectors. So this first one, projectors are not here to work. Hi, here I am. I'm working. Projectors are here to guide, and we are here to receive payment for that guidance. Now, this generalized statement might actually be referring to this idea of we're not here to work a 9 to 5. We're not here to work as generators are. I get that. Now, the thing is, this is still quite generalized. I have met very successful, not burnt out projectors who work in 9 to 5 positions or work in positions that are actually longer hours than that and feel completely fine, feel completely seen and completely recognized. And they'll come to a session with myself and they'll say, am I doing something wrong? Because I love what I do. My team really recognized me. I'm getting paid really well. Do I have to quit to be a good projector? The answer is no. Projectors are here to be seen and recognized. We are here to guide. We're here to use systems in which to guide through. And we are here to kind of offer that out. I think within the world around us, every human being is here to, that famous quote, right? Discover the skills and then offer it back out to the world, right? What are we good at? And then how can we offer it out to the world? So it's not that projectors are not here to work, full stop, but we are here and designed to work in a way that is not what we usually see in the world around us with generators. But there are no rules to say that you have to work a certain number of hours. This is a commonly misconstrued myth of projectors are only here to work 2 hours a day or 5 hours a day or whatever it's going to be. You can, absolutely. It's entirely possible and you can do this. There's nothing stopping you. But if you are in a position where you are in a job that requires you to work a larger number of hours, you are not in alignment just because of that. It is often the case that those people that I was mentioning that were in longer hour jobs or 9 to 5 jobs that really feel truly seen and recognized and are not getting burnt out in their role, and it seems super aligned, they had an invitation in, etc. First of all, they had an invitation in, but second of all, a lot of these projectors, what they have in common is they're able to manage their hours in their own way. They might be able to work from home or work from overseas. They might be able to, work in different time zones and things like that. Like the evenings might be when they work and the morning they might have off. So there is some kind of being seen and recognized enough to be able to manage their hours to work around their energy levels. So myth number one is projectors are not here to work. That is not true. Yes, sure, it'd be great to work 2 hours a day, but that's not necessarily the blueprint for all projectors, and it is entirely possible for you to be seen and recognized in a longer hour job. Now, this second myth, waiting for the invitation and doing nothing until the invitation comes. Now, I've done a longer video on this. I'm sure you can find it somewhere online. Maybe we'll link it to this, but we do not need an invitation for everything, and it's one of the most disempowering things for projectors to be told. You have to wait. It feels for a lot of projectors, and even for myself when I came to human design, that we are waiting for permission to get on with our life or waiting for someone else, and that means that it's always, our agency is always put in someone else's hands. Like we have to wait for that other person, and this is not the intention for the wait for the invitation. Simplifying this, the wait for the invitation means to make your mind wait. But that therefore means it's not a passive wait of doing nothing in between. What we can do in between when we're not, waiting for someone else is we do not need an invitation to live our life. Therefore, when no one else is involved, we can go for a swim, go for a run, do something we're inspired to do, paint, draw, do whatever it is. As long as we've got our own resources, our own time, our own energy, we're inspired by it, go and do it. The invitation is primarily looking at our interaction with others and how our auras are working together mechanically. So we do not need an invitation unless it involves someone else or we don't have the resources, etc. for that type of thing. The wait means make your mind wait, and in between, we are living life. We are feeling inspired and offering up stimuli to the world. Stimuli being ideas, conversations, offering up our artwork, offering up our inspired idea for a new business or a course that we want to run. We're offering up to the world to see if it's the right timing. The invitation is confirming timing, the right people, the right place, the right thing. So if we're doing nothing, well, I've had some success with that, genuinely doing nothing. But the most success I find is when I'm in this vibration of I'm feeling in my creativity, I'm feeling I'm in my joy, I'm curious, I'm engaging in life, I'm doing things that I love to do. I meet the right people in the right places and opportunities come in and flow. So this myth of doing nothing is disempowering. And the last myth that I want to bust is that we have no energy and we cannot exercise. I have had multiple clients come to me in one-on-one sessions, projector clients who used to be dancers or used to go to the gym quite frequently, and then since finding out about human design, they've stopped. And I've looked in their chart and I can see certain markers to go, how does that feel to you? And they're like, I feel depressed. Yeah. So the energy levels within a projector. So projectors are known as non-energy types, the same as manifestors and reflectors. Generators are the only energy types. But we have things called energy projectors. So that's if you have the root defined or the solar plexus or the heart center defined, you are then an energy projector and you will have energy available to live your life and do things. It will just ebb and flow. But even if you do not have one of those centers, I, for example, am a mental projector. I'm a non-energy being. I'm a mental projector, meaning I don't have any of these motors in the body, so I have no energy. I still have energy to exercise. And there are many benefits of exercise proven in science. However, what we can use this statement for is permission to experiment with how much exercise and how much energy we have on a day-to-day basis. You can look into a chart and predict how much energy that person might have, but it's an experimentation tool. So it's not a prescriptive set of you need to exercise for 5 minutes every 20 hours, I don't know. It's not that. So even without looking into your chart, just give yourself the grace and space to experiment, to push your boundaries, but also to recognize when enough is enough. For some projectors, it is really important to exercise. Otherwise, there can be this kind of stagnant energy stuck within that can lead you to feel low. For others, we're going to burn out way quicker, but there are certain exercises that work for us and are still beneficial. So it's not just a blanket statement of projectors do not have energy. And actually, all projectors will have at least one channel. And when you are recognized for that channel, life force energy runs between it. And you can feel energized. So myself, mental projector, 4323. I don't have all the energy in the world to do all the exercise, but I can still swim 2 kilometers. I can go for a 5K run with my puppy. That's completely fine. I've climbed mountains. I've lived in the jungle. I've done loads of different things. But I will also feel seen and recognized for my mind, 4323. And in those moments, I have the energy to discuss, to talk, to structure, and that feels so energized. There is, of course, the risk that we are amplifying generator energy and we can push ourselves too far. But therein lie you discovering who you are and giving yourself the grace to stop when you need to stop and to start when you need to start. I hope these 3 myths and the busting we've done of these is helpful. We do not need to sit and do nothing while we're waiting for the invitation. Watch the other resources on how to wait for the invitation and what that actually means. We do not need to not work. There are certain situations where some projectors won't have to. They'll be invited into a situation where they are fully monetary supported or don't need that, absolutely fine. But we can work. And there are cases of projectors doing great work, running successful businesses, or being just a team member within a company and still thriving, not burning out. The only way we can tell what job we're here for and what opportunities we're here for, according to human design, is waiting for invitations. And when we get those invitations, we start to see the signposts of this is for you, this is specific for you. When I look deeper into the invitation piece, invitations are specific recognition for you, and no one else could do that role. I'd encourage you to do more research on that invitation piece. There is so much to it. And that final one of exercise and energy levels. We're not weak. I have met multiple projectors that will use this idea of projectors have no energy to do nothing, to sit at home, sleep all day. And unless there is like a diagnosed medical condition, because of course that can be a thing, that's not what we're here for. We're talking generally here about projectors. You do have energy, and you're not here to do nothing. Be involved in life, observe, watch, get involved, feel inspired, feel creative, feel curious. Being a projector can be such an empowering thing, but I feel these generalizations, especially these three, can feel very disempowering. And just hearing those generalized statements can lead people down tricky paths of quitting things that were actually aligned or stopping exercise that was aligned and things like that. So experiment. This is all the experiment. Let me know how this sits with you in the comments. Now, if you want to go deeper into your own chart to look at some of these parameters and look at how much energy, or to discover what the invitation really is, or to look at what kind of work you're here to do, then you have a couple of choices. You can either get a personalized reading with myself, or you can look on our website to see any of the live trainings we have available throughout the year. All of these can be super supportive in understanding yourself and not just listening to the generalized myths that we hear. These trainings and these readings are super important. Most of these generalizations are from people who are studying human design primarily off of Instagram and the internet. And it's a very individualized system, and it's very hard to make generalizations. Pop HD is not human design. So check out our website, links are below, ask any questions in the comments, and I hope to see you in one of those offerings.